Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Zero Escape Sunday. Today we are going to be continuing from where we left off in the AB Games Round 1. I hope that you enjoyed today's channel a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. We are only 30 away from our affiliate goal, and every follow counts and helps. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. What is it? You find a ghost or something?
No.
We've got some questions for you, Zero. Who was that old woman?
For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Tin Muley and went through the yellow door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Tin Muley. And it goes the other way too. Tin Muley's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Mooney. And Bio and Kirk's enemy will be Alas. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all. Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules.
Anyone who wants a recap of the basic rules will have to watch the AB game round 1 in the other video.
It'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time!
Hey, wait!
No! I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me? It is time!
1 minute remains.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later! Have a nice trauma!
We don't have time to talk about this. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
We have to decide who's gonna press the button.
And you think that's a good way to decide?
Just shut up and do it. 1, 2, 3. Paper.
Scissors. Huh, looks like I
Damn it.
won.
So what are you gonna pick?
I guess Ally.
We're playing against Tenmyoji. Do you have any reason to think he won't betray you?
I guess not.
Yeah. If he does, what does that make our BP?
We'd be down to 1 point each. But that's not hopeless. I mean, sure, we'll be a little further away from the goal, but all we gotta do is earn the points back.
And when will we do that?
Okay, well, I don't actually know. But it's pretty obvious that we'll be playing this game more than once. After all, we can't get to 9 BP if we don't.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
Well, you won. The decision's yours. Now decide, ally or betray.
In the last moment before the counter reached 0, I made my choice. For this timeline, we're going to go with Ally.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
So you chose ally, huh?
You don't get to complain. I won, remember?
Not complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
Oh, you worry too much. I'm sure Tenmyoji chose ally
See,
too.
that's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
You was Siggy! I know! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We should have a look at those results.
Fine.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Let's get ready to rock! Amberdex game! Round 1! The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
So much for Sigma's optimism.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Sigma. Phi, I'm sorry.
Why? Tenmyoji, why? I trusted you.
Look, I said I was sorry.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Just tell me one thing, Tenmyoji. Why did you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old, and I'm tired. So tired.
Tenmyoji shuffled off the same weight I'd seen earlier sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey! What the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose ally, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose betray? No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Sure, kid. Whatever. The cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No! Fine. You just wait.
Alice turned on her heel and stride, leaving him alone with Dio.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
That's the understatement of the century. I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. It seemed that theirs wasn't the only team facing some friction, however.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray? Against you guys.
The air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us like a brooding, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Alas
Or Siggy.
or Fido. Or maybe Mooney.
Or maybe everyone?
Well, what?
Why?
Yeah, why am I going to die?
I get it. Sigma, Phi, Alice, and I only have one BP. If any of us chose ally and got betrayed, our BP would drop below 0.
What? What the hell?
Yeah, my color's changed. It's magenta now.
Mine's magenta too.
Me too. Hey, wait. It wasn't just the color that changed. I'm a solo now.
Looks like Clover and I are still pairs, though.
I'm a yellow pair now.
I am yellow as well. but it seems I'm still a pear.
Then who's the yellow solo?
Me.
Still a solo. Looks like I'm cyan.
I'm a cyan pear. Aren't you one too?
Yeah, says pear, and the color's cyan.
When did they change?
Back when the AB...
Skip through all the information that we already have. Why is this happening to me? I spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to try at least find another way out. So I shook my head, stood up straight, and headed off.
Ah, Sigma.
Another dude. This place is turning into a real sausage fest.
What are you telling me for? Oh yeah, you were one of the first people in here, weren't you?
So?
Well, did you notice anything?
No. Although I guess I did notice that the sofa's pretty comfortable.
Okay, how about something more useful?
I'd say that the comfort level of a sofa is pretty useful.
Right.
Dio, what's this?
That? What, you can't tell? It's a dirty magazine.
Oh, come on. It's about astronomy. Can you even read?
Can you even see? Just look at those rings on Saturn. Don't they excite you?
Different strokes, I guess.
It appears to be a special dedicated to a lunar eclipse. The cover says the eclipse can be observed on December 31st, 2028.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it did say something like that.
December 31st, huh? That's 6 days from now, right?
6 days, huh?
You mean today is December 25th?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it is. Depends on how long I was out after they hit me with that gas, I suppose.
Hey, Kay. Your team went to the crew quarters, right? Did you find anything?
Nothing of interest.
You'd better not be hiding something.
There really wasn't anything helpful. At least, nothing that could help us escape. There was a book about a cat, though.
A cat? What, so now Zero Senior's a crazy cat lady? Just what the hell are we supposed to do with that tidbit?
Well, it's more useful than how comfortable the sofa is.
Hey! The sofa's comfort level is very useful. What?
I think you must have misunderstood me. This book isn't for, cat ladies. It's about Schrodinger's cat.
I don't really give a shit about the breed, genius.
It's not a breed, you idiot.
Anyway, I'm a dog person, if you couldn't tell.
No, it's not an issue of breed.
Okay. So it's
The
a story
famous
about
psychology
poor Mr.
experiment.
Schrodinger and his beloved cat, right? Don't tell me. The cat dies at the end. Boo fucking who?
Fine. Never mind.
Just as I was about to open my mouth and tell Kay that I cared about what he'd found, even if Dio didn't, Luna and Phi appeared. I guess you actually have to go to the crew quarters to be able to get the story for
hello,
Schrodinger's
Sigma.
cat.
So this is where you were.
Did any of you find anything?
Nope, we got squat.
You were looking, though, right? Hey, answer me.
Oh, well, I mean, we weren't wasting time. I was just asking them what they'd
And?
found. Nothing.
Useless.
What about you, Sigma? You were one of the people searching the infirmary, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. It'd take too long to explain. Just have a look at this. I dug the paper out of my pocket and handed it to Luna.
It looks like a piece of newspaper.
Yeah, we found it in the infirmary safe.
The headline says, Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What? What is Radical 6?
Just read the article.
Okay, the Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
A cold silence fell over the room. For several long minutes, no one spoke. It was Kay who finally broke the spell.
Is there a chance? I mean, I certainly hope it isn't the case, but could it be that this facility is, in fact, one of the quarantine locations that clipping mentions?
Then, you're saying we're all infected with this Radical 6 virus?
I don't know. It doesn't really fit. I mean, none of us have shown any kind of symptoms, right?
Well, I do feel a little strange. I've lost my balance a few times.
My body feels kind of weird too, now that you mention it.
That's probably just because you were asleep for so long.
Are you suggesting that our incarceration here has nothing to do with this article?
Yeah, it just doesn't add up. The order's backwards. Maybe if we'd been thrown in here after this virus started spreading. But right now it looks like we were abducted before this thing turned into a pandemic. How's that make any kind of sense?
Makes about as much sense as everything else.
Besides, you found that article in the safe, right? That means Zero Senior put it there specifically so we could find it and read it.
Why would Zero do something like that?
So that we'd think this place is a quarantine facility. So that we'd think what Zero wants us to think.
How do you mean?
This thing is just a prop. Something to set the scene. Zero's trying to freak us out. That article is a fake.
You've got a point. If it was real, why cut it out? Just leave a newspaper with the article circled in red pen or something.
Right? That lazy son of a bitch. Probably too much of a pain in the ass to fake a whole paper.
What does the other side look like?
The other side? Oh, hold on. It's black.
See? There you go. Why would a newspaper just be black on one side?
Well, perhaps there was an ad there.
An ad?
Some sort of full-page ad with a black background.
No. I'd bet you money an article like this was front-page news is too big of a story. And I really don't think they put full-page ads on the back of the front page.
Exactly. Even I know that, and I can count the number of times I've read a paper on one hand. If Zero Senior really wanted to trick us, why not go all out? Only an idiot would fall for this. It's pathetic. Am I right or what?
I suppose you do have a point.
Yes, I agree.
Besides, I don't remember ever hearing any news about any pandemic. If it was really killing hundreds of thousands of people, I'm pretty sure that would have been on the news or something.
You're right. We would have heard about it.
Alright, let's have a look around, see if we can find anything else.
Good idea.
I'll be off then. What about you guys? The consensus seemed to be that they intended to remain. Okay, see you all later. With a wave, I made my way to the exit. Where to next? Guess we'll head back to the infirmary.
Sigma, huh? What do you want?
Want? I just came by to check up on you.
I thought maybe you were here to kill me.
Well, why would I do that?
Because I betrayed you in the last AB game. I'm the reason you and Fi are down to 1 BP.
Yeah, but that's hardly a reason to kill you.
Maybe.
It was clear that conversation wasn't going anywhere. I shut my mouth and looked around the room. So is it just you here?
This side of the divider, yeah.
This side.
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah, you've been acting kinda weird ever since we found her. Why is that?
What, isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a little freaked out? What ain't normal is all of you just running around like nothing happened. Hell, some of you probably don't even remember she's in here.
That's just because we've got a lot of other stuff to think about. Can you blame them for being a little single-minded? They're trying to escape from a game that just made it clear it has no problems killing them.
Oh, just trying to survive, huh?
Yeah.
But don't you think we ought to figure out who killed her first?
What does that have to do with anything?
You don't think much, do you? I'll bet you a pound of neodymium the bastard who grabbed us is the same bastard who killed her. Who else could it be?
You'd lose that neodymium. If Zero is one of us, then you're saying one of us murdered the old lady. You saw it too, right? The person in the gas mask.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything?
Not really. The gas made pretty short work of me. Me and Quark.
What? You and Quark were grabbed together?
Yeah, we were.
Is he your grandson?
So what if he is? Why do you want to know? That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
But what if it does? Maybe it'll shed some light on something else.
I'm pretty sure it won't.
Why is that?
Quark's got nothing to do with this.
So it's got something to do with you, then.
What is it, goddammit? What do you want? Why don't you just leave me alone?
Because you're suspicious.
Wait, what? There's nothing suspicious about me.
Alright, tell me this then. When and where did Zero Senior abduct you?
Forgive me if I don't feel like spilling my guts to a guy who probably hates him right now.
Alright, fine. I'll just ask Quark.
Hey.
Quark.
Stop it. Quark! Don't tell him a damn thing!
Whoa, you're getting more suspicious by the... I'd started toward the partition as I spoke with the intention of finding Quark. I found him as I rounded the divider, but... he was just standing there, a blank, slightly confused look on his face. Hey, Quark? You alright? Can you hear me?
Huh? What? Is something happening?
I turned to look at Tenmyoji. He looked back confused. Weren't you listening to our conversation?
Yeah, you were just talking so fast. I couldn't really understand. My head felt kind of foggy, and I couldn't really make out what you were saying. I'm fine now, though. Whatever it was seems to be gone.
Are you sure you're okay?
I think I'm just tired. Being stuck in this place is pretty exhausting, and...
He glanced at the bed in the back of the room. On it lay the body of the old woman. What? Tenmyoji, what the hell were you thinking? You can't let Quark back here.
Huh? Oh, yeah, right. Quark, get over here.
Anyway, you're really sure you're okay now?
Yeah.
Maybe Luna should have a look at you. Supposedly, she's some sort of doctor.
I said I was fine. Gosh, Grandpa, you're such a worrier. You always freak out over nothing. I'm fine.
Well, it looks to me like you're doing fine. I guess we don't have anything to worry about.
Yep. Come on. Let's get back to work. I'm guessing you didn't find a secret passage somewhere, huh?
Nope.
I see.
Yeah, I'll go check up on the others then. Tenmyoji, keep an eye on him, alright?
What, you think I need you to tell me that?
I grinned and turned toward the exit. Where to go next? There was only one place I hadn't visited. Crew quarters.
Oh, Sigma.
Well, have you found anything?
No. What about you?
Nothing. I looked through 3 or 4 of the rooms in here. No secret passages so far.
I don't think we're gonna find any. Do you really think Zero Senior is that stupid?
You're probably right. A secret passageway would be a pretty serious oversight. I have a lot of choice adjectives for Zero, but I admit stupid isn't one of them.
Right?
Hey, there's something I've been wondering
What?
about. What exactly is the deal with the two of you?
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously know each other pretty well.
Yeah, we do. We're half-sisters. Any chance you'd buy that one?
Then what do
Sorry.
you think we are?
I didn't feel like playing games. What's headquarters supposed to mean?
What?
I heard you two talking in the infirmary. Headquarters.
Alice, what should we do?
Alice laid her hands on her hips and sighed.
Clover and I are co-workers.
Okay. Where do you co-work?
We can't tell you that.
Why not? Is it some sort of secret government project that you can't talk about?
You can tell yourself that if it makes you feel better.
Does it have something to do with Zero?
Why would you think that?
Yes, you seem to know more about Zero than you're letting on, Clover. The way you were talking in the infirmary. There's even a Zero. Sure sounds like you've heard of Zero before to me. And Alice, from what you two were saying, I'd bet you know something about Zero, too. Come on, you can't hide it forever. Just tell me what's going on here.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Clover.
It's okay. I think we can tell him a little.
What do you mean this isn't the first time?
About a year ago, 9 people were kidnapped and forced to play a game. The rules were different, but it was called the nonary game too. Oh, wait. I guess only 7 of them were really kidnapped. I mean, 2 of them were actually the ones behind it. No, I guess if I count the other 2, then there were 9. Anyway, the people behind that nonary game also called themselves Zero.
Whoa, hold on there, Clover. Can you give me more details? Besides, how do you even know about this in the first place?
Because I was part of it. I was one of the people who got kidnapped.
What? You mean this is your second nonary game?
No, it's my 3rd. The same thing happened 10 years ago.
Wait, what are you... Then that means you have to have something to do with this.
I guess you could say that.
What do you mean, guess? How could you not? Whoever keeps doing these nonary games must have decided they wanted you to play a 3rd one.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because the game was run by a different person both times, and the guy behind the first nonary game has already been arrested.
What about the second one? You said there were 2 people for that one.
They're still on the run, but...
Then it has to be them.
No, I really don't think so. Because they already did what they were trying to do. There's no way they'd have another nonary game.
Okay, well that makes no sense. So let me see if I have this straight. The nonary game has already been done twice by different people and for different reasons.
Well, I can't be totally sure, but I think so.
Then why is whoever's doing this calling it the nonary game? Is it just a coincidence that they're calling themselves Zero?
I don't know.
That's not good enough. You've got to think. Clover, you're the key to figuring all this out, but you've got to think.
But I don't know. Oh, the gas mask.
The gas mask? Oh yeah, I saw it too. But what about it?
Well, somebody in a gas mask showed up and used that white smoke stuff on me. That's what happened a year ago, and that's what happened on the 22nd. Someone with a gas mask attacked Alice and me while we were...
Whoa. Then it's gotta be the same person.
But I don't know why they do that. I mean, they already did what they needed to do. And if it was them, then I don't know why all these other people are here. Except for me and Alice. None of you guys have anything to do.
We had met any of us.
Unless we can get that mask off him, I can't say for sure if I've met him before or not.
Then before one of us could break the silence... Tenmyoji, what's wrong?
Where's Luna?
She's not here.
What's wrong?
It's Quark. Something bad's happened.
Hey, calm down. What happened to Quark?
He just collapsed. I have to find Luna. She said she was some kind of a doctor, right?
Luna's over in the lounge. Where's Quark?
He's in the infirmary.
Got it. I'll go get Luna, you head back to the infirmary. Clover, Alice, you're with me.
Right.
We bolted out of the crew quarters and headed toward the lounge and Luna. The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds his results lit up on the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip and just stood there for a moment looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
I felt my stomach lurch. Don't tell me.
He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean.
Yeah, they have. I told them about it before we went to the lounge.
What? No, that can't be right. Quark can't be... There must be something we can do. How can we cure him?
Well, the Atom says that there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it?
Was there none in the infirmary?
Sigma, Tenmyoji, and I looked everywhere. We didn't find anything.
We didn't find anything like that in the crew quarters either.
No luck in the lounge.
Oh God. Then he's going to... Oh God, no.
Tenmyoji's voice broke as he spoke. With a tortured sigh, he collapsed to his knees.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God. You're awake.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He had grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey, guys, I could use a hand here.
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Tenmyoji, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Tenmyoji, can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
Damn you, bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! Ah!
Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get that scalpel away from him.
Right! I've got it!
Good job, Clover. Quark barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we gonna do? We've got to calm him down somehow.
Luna!
Yes?
Are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean...
What?
There's Soparil Beta.
Soparil?
That's the anesthetic, the one that's in our bracelets.
Good, perfect. Hit him with some of that.
Well, what?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just... Okay, I've got it.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves. Everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh?
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
Not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article Sigma showed me.
You'd better not be lying.
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses that do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6? I pulled the newspaper out of my pocket and looked at it again. Everyone else crowded in.
Look at this last line. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Are you saying this is some kind of quarantine zone?
I already explained this. That's not possible.
Why not?
Dio ran through what he told the rest of us in the lounge.
Then, you're saying the newspaper article was faked?
But the virus is clearly real. That Atom machine told us he was infected with Radical 6.
So? Do you know how that thing works? I bet there's 1,000 ways to hack it. Zero Senior probably just Besides, there was something Sigma mentioned. Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
What?
What did you say?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alice, what the hell?
As much as
Explain.
I would love to. Time's up. Hit the buttons
Time.
on your bracelet.
5 minutes.
And we only have 5 minutes until the chromatic doors open downstairs.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but I'd really need more than 5 minutes to explain this.
As if you'd tell us even if there was time, right?
Or would I? Who knows?
Fine. We'll deal with this later. Right now, we need to get to the elevator and head down to floor B.
What are we going to do about Quark?
I'll carry him.
Are you sure?
I can't just leave the boy here. Besides, if we don't have Quark's bracelet, there'll be one team who can't open their secondary door. If that happens...
They'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Very well then. I will carry Quark. I will be able to move much faster than Tenmyoji.
Huh. You make a good point. Look, are you sure about this? Can I trust you?
You have nothing to worry about.
Fine. Just be careful.
Of course.
All right, let's go. We're running out of time, people. Move!
At Phi's command, we all began to run. The door opened and we spilled out into the warehouse.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
They're open! We need to hurry.
Who's going to go in which door?
What are our options?
We're almost out of time. Pay attention. We've only got time to do this one. Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations.
The options Phi laid out for us were the following. Option A, Clover and I, Magenta, pair up with Tenmyoji Cyan to go through the blue door. Luna and Phi, Cyan, pair up with Dio, Yellow, to go through the green door. Kay and Alice, Yellow, pair up with Quark, Magenta, to go through the red door. Option B, Clover and I, Magenta, pair up with Dio to go through the red door. Luna and Phi pair up with Quark, Magenta to go through the blue door. Kay and Alice pair up with Tenmyoji to go through the green door. Option C, Clover and I pair up with Quark to go through the green door. Luna and Phi pair up with Tenmyoji to go through the red door. Kay and Alice pair up with Dio to go through the blue door.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
I think
So how do we want to pair up?
The greatest disadvantage should get to choose.
What do you
People
mean?
who have 1 BP.
So you, Phi, Luna, and Sigma?
Yes, exactly.
All right, then. Who do you want to go with, Alice?
Anyone but Dio. I'd rather die than get paired up with that prick. Just anyone but him.
Damn. That's a lot of hate.
What did you expect? You betrayed me.
Hey, I told you already. That was Quark.
I don't believe you.
What? You're telling me you trust him more than me? Anybody other than Dio could mean Quark, you know. You willing to pair up with him?
He's asleep. I don't really think I need to worry about him voting.
I glanced over at Quark. He looked tiny, cradled in Kay's arms, fast asleep. If I didn't know better, I'd think he was just a kid who tired himself out from playing too hard.
All right, Phi. Who do you want to go with?
Anyone other than Tenmyoji is fine. My reasoning is the same as Alice's. He betrayed me last time.
I guess that's fair.
If we want to honor Alice and Phi's requests, then we can go with any option besides C. So, A or B?
Hold on. We've got 2 other people with 1 BP. How about you, Luna?
I don't really have a preference. Clover and Kay did betray me last time, but...
They're both pairs now, though. And since you're a pair too, there's no way you'd end up going through the same door as them.
Yeah.
All right, then, Sigma. What about you?
Let's see. Clover and I were a pair. That meant that I had to choose one of the 3 solos. So we're gonna go through the blue door with Tenmyoji in this timeline. I'll take Tenmyoji, so we'll go through the blue door.
Me? But I picked Betray last time.
Exactly. So I'll just make you pick Ally this time. Well, I guess I should say you won't have a choice.
Is that so? Mind telling me how you'll do that?
I'd love to, but we don't really have time. Ask me again later, okay?
Fine. You're on.
So we're doing option A. That means Luna, Dio.
Which leaves the red door for Quark, Kay, and me.
Any objections? Good. Let's go.
Listen, take care of Quark, all right?
You needn't worry.
I'll watch out for him.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry up, guys. The door's closing.
I'm going.
With only seconds to spare, we dash through the blue door.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Three doors. Which one should we take?
That seems like kind of a silly question. I mean, they're all locked, aren't they? How can we go through any of them if they're locked?
Well, this thing here's got a lever on it. Maybe that does something.
Why don't you pull it and find out?
Right.
Oh hey, looks like one of them opened.
But only one. Why's that?
They're probably telling us we should go that way.
Might as well then. Easy. So this is the exit, huh? Nothing. Locked tight, won't even budge. So what the hell is this place?
The door said PEC. Guessing it's not for working out, though.
It looks like it's probably an acronym or abbreviation or something, but for what? Prepared Emergency Chocolate, Private Ecclesiastical Commode?
Oh, wait a sec. There's a manual here. I think it explains what this room is for.
What's it
Hold
say?
on. This facility is pressurized, maintaining much higher air pressure than the surrounding environment. Airborne viral contagions...
What?
Quiet. Keep reading, Clover.
Right. Airborne viral contagions have necessitated this step, which is intended to prevent contamination of the installation. All persons wishing to exit the facility must do so through this pressure exchange chamber. Once the chamber has been sealed, the pressure can be lowered to match the surrounding environment. Before the PEC can be depressurized, all occupants must be wearing Level A hazmat suits to prevent infection. The PEC will not function unless all occupants are wearing appropriate protective equipment.
Whoa. What's going on here? Are they trying to say the air out there is full of some horrible virus?
I don't think it's just any virus.
It has to be Radical 6.
Oh man, then that newspaper article was true. Several long moments of silence crawled by. The three of us just stared at one another, our minds working to make sense of this new information. Eventually, Clover shuffled to one of the lockers and opened it.
Is this one of those hazmat suits the manual was talking about?
Yeah, I figure they are.
We won't be able to get into the pressure exchange thing unless we've got those on,
and
then.
Getting that room to decompress is the only way we'll get outside.
So where is the actual decompression room?
Have a look. See that lift over there?
Oh, yeah. The room's divided in 2 floors, upper and lower.
We're on the lower floor right now. Earlier, we were on the upper one.
Then this is the actual pressure exchange chamber. No good. This one's locked too.
Won't open,
nope.
Huh? Okay, it's probably pointless, but humor me on this. Let's go put on those suits, come back here and try the door again. Maybe, just maybe, we can get out.
It does seem like that's how this thing is supposed to work, but do you really think it'll be that easy?
It's hard to believe Zero Sr. would make that big of a mistake.
Well, let's have a look around anyway. Maybe we'll find something out about the virus.
Yeah, good idea.
What are we standing around for then? Get to it.
Seek a way out. Everybody on? Yeah. I'm good. Okay, here we go. One of those protective suits. If we put these on, we should be able to get into the decompression chamber. Well, let's do it then. You managed to get it on. Yeah. It's a little big on me, but I think it should be okay. I'm ready to go. Good. Should we go then? Yeah, might as well. This is the manual I was telling you about. Remember, I read it to you. Oh, you mean that thing about how we had to wear the protective suits to enter the decompression chamber? Yeah. Well, there was another piece of paper in there. It has some kind of drawing on it. What? We should probably take a note of the symbols, too. Okay, we'll take a note of that, too, just to make sure, because it's obviously going to be related to a puzzle. Back down it is, then. Now that we've got these things on, we can go inside, right? What the hell? The handle still won't move. Maybe that touchscreen on the door unlocks it. What? That's a pain. Why would they do that? Security, maybe? Right, let's do this. So let's take a look at that thing again. Yellow to green, red to orange, white to black. And they can't intercept, so we'll try taking this one all the way around to the orange. Oh, wait a minute. Oops, that was dumb. Alright, let's try this again. It would help if I led the right lines to the right things. So it's actually yellow to green. And red to orange. And white to black. But the lines can't intercept, so actually I'm gonna have to do that again anyway. Much better. Good job. You did it. Nice work. We should be able to get this thing open now. A tablet, huh? There's nothing on the screen. I don't think the power's on. Is there a switch or something? Not that I can find. Really? How the heck are we supposed to turn it on then? Take a closer look. It does have a switch, but it doesn't have a switch, but it does have a USB port. Maybe if we plug it in, it'll turn on? I think so. Numbers on the bench. Make sure that we take a note of that. There's a key up here. Do you think maybe you're supposed to put it in a keyhole? What else would I do with the key? Well, this is the machine, I guess. I can't find a power button. Me either, but there's a cord coming out of the back. See? Yeah, that's a USB cable. You think we're supposed to plug it into something? Oh hey, you've already got it. Hurry up and plug it in. Right, let's just connect these and... Huh? Is there something in there? Looks like a key. I feel like this glass panel is supposed to open. And of course it's locked. So we can't get to the key, huh? That would be too easy. I wonder what this number is. Do you think maybe it's a hint to help us unlock the panel? 25113, huh? I wonder what these 5 cylinders are about. Right, let's do this. Alright, looking back at the notes on the bench. Good job. Looks like you were right. Hey, look. Good. Looks like you got it open. Is this a protective suit? Maybe, but it's so small and cute. Maybe it's for a kid. It's so small. I know. Isn't it cute? Not really. Good, it opened. Okay, you close. You open. There we go. There's something in here. Huh. Is this a journal? Looks like it's blank. Not much. Wait. There's a slip of paper in here. This is... more symbols. Hey, it says something. Full range of scan is not possible, so small suits must be used for calibration. Please place the child-sized protective suit in a standing position in the designated location. Touch the screen to begin investigation. A large machine. Okay, I guess that we... The stool is probably what the message was talking about. So I should stand up the suit and put it here. I think so. I guess we can't make the suit stand by itself, so we're gonna have to find something to make it stand. Hey, this door is welded shut. Looks like it. How are you so nonchalant? That door and the one we came through that let us in here are the only ways out of this room. See? So even if we did decompress this room, we still couldn't go outside. That's right. This is a dead end. No. That's what I was trying to tell you. Didn't I say it wasn't going to be easy before we got here? Think about it. There's no way in hell Zero Senior would let us out that easy. Otherwise, what's the point in all this? But... damn it. And I was getting all hopeful. This sucks. Hey, Clover, where are you going? I'm going upstairs and taking this stupid thing off. It's not like I need it, right? It's hot and it's uncomfortable. I'm out of here. Well, there she goes. What the hell was that noise? I don't know, but I've got a bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about that. Preparation complete. Now beginning decompression. 3, 2, 1. What the fuck? Why did that happen? Hell if I know. Why are you asking me? We need to get out of here now. Come on. It got big. Must be the difference in pressure. You ever taken an unopened bag of chips to the top of a mountain or something and it gets all puffed up like it's gonna pop? Same sort of thing. I guess, but this is just... looks like it might be about to pop. I wonder if... Poke. It popped. Don't worry. I think that was the point. See? There was something inside. Is this a doll? Apparently it was inside the other Zero Jr. There was a Zero Jr. inside of Zero Jr. This thing's pissing me off. Well, I don't like it either, but we don't really have a choice, do we? If it's here, then it's probably part of one of these puzzles. No, that damn thing isn't not going to help us get out of this room. Just leave it. We can come back to it later. Hey, the plate's rattling. Zero Jr.'s explosion probably knocked it loose. I think maybe we can get it off now. Give me a hand. Fine. There's something in here. There's a yellow one and a purple one. Looks like they're part of some kind of machine. Let's see. Alright, that changed that. Let me think. Looks like that worked. Or at least it sounds like it did. Well, what was that? Maybe it's the pressurization system starting up. It should have enough power now. Good. Maybe now we can get out of here. Alright, press it. Press the damn pressurization button. On it. Repressurization preparation complete. Repressurizing now. 3, 2, 1. Look, the needle's back to normal. Thank goodness. Looks like we did it. Alright, we restored pressure. We should be able to use the door panel now. Just like when we came in, right? Let's go. But we don't have a... Huh. We don't have any clue on how to solve that. Clover's on the other side of the glass wearing her protective suit. Hey, Clover! Clover, can you hear me? You don't need to yell. Huh? These helmets must have a radio. We should have realized that earlier. How else would we have been able to talk to each other after we put them on? Oh yeah, I guess the excitement of the movement and of the moment and everything. It looks like you guys are locked in there. I tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. So what should I do? Can you look around to see if there's anything useful? You mean over here? Yeah. Hey, Clover, look under that machine. Here? Yeah. Do you see it? It looks like a binder. Yeah, I see it. Pick it up. Is there anything in it? Okay, hold on. This is... Hey, what is it? There's a piece of paper in here. A piece of paper. It's just like the one I found in the manual. Oh no, wait, it's a little different. The picture's similar, but I guess it's not the same. What's it of? How do I explain this? There are these color circles, and they're connected to other circles. You're not making any sense. Just bring it over here and shove it up against the glass. Right. Ha, this is perfect. If we can just connect the dots like this. Alright, so now we can get out the door. Red to orange. Probably not going to be simple enough to just do this, but we'll try it out first. Green to yellow. And then white to black. Oh, actually it did work out. But that wasn't it, was it? Why would they want me... That's not even on the chart to be connected. That's not gonna work either. I looked at the wrong one, didn't I? Okay, so it's white to purple. White to purple, yellow to red. And then blue to green. And of course I didn't leave myself any way to get there. Alright, so blue to green, red to yellow. And I left red nowhere to go. And purple to white. And I left the purple no way to get to white. So purple to white, yellow to red. And then blue to green. And green. Let's see, that doesn't leave red anywhere to go. Alright, this is harder than I thought it would be. Let's see, that cuts off orange's only path. Oh, there is no need for orange, so what am I doing? And purple needs to connect to white. And then blue needs to connect to green. So no, that won't work. Yep, because we cut off blue's only way to get to green. That was far more difficult than it needed to be. Good work. What's going on? Did you guys unlock it? Yeah, it looks like it. Hold on, I'm opening it now. Okay. Welcome back. I'm glad you're okay. Thanks to you, Clover. We would have been toast without you, thanks. Aw, that's okay, you don't need to thank me. We also wouldn't have gotten locked in without her, so technically, no, we don't need to thank her. Can we take these off now? Yeah, I think so. I mean, we unlocked the door to the decompression chamber, right? Yeah, no point keeping the damn things on now. Off they go. Ah, feels much better. Clover, you're drenched in sweat. Hey, you're not thinking creepy stuff, are you? Of course not. Just put them back in the locker. Okay. You better not, like, smell mine or something, Sigma. I'm offended you would even suggest such a thing. Should I put the dressed-up Zero Jr. doll here? Huh, I wonder what these are about. Do you think they mean something? Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay, so making note of colors. See what we can do. Alright, so that matched. Did I solve it? Looks like it. I mean, the color changed and everything. Looks just like the passwords I found in the AB room in the infirmary. Yeah, this ought to open that safe. Alright, now let's go ahead and get the other safe combination. Using the notes and the other note that we found. There we go. Good job. You deserve a pat on the back. Don't patronize me. Hey, the color's changed. You're right. Huh. This one's different. You think it'll open the safe too? Well, no harm in remembering it. This is the safe, right? Yeah, it's just like the ones I saw in the AB room in the infirmary. So we just type a password in here and it should open. Everything else looks the same. Hooray. It opened. Good job. Whew. Looks like that did it. Looks like there's a lot in there. Whoa, what is all that stuff? Hold on, I'll take everything out, just be patient. Let's see. First off, a map. It says floor B. The one we found in the infirmary said floor A. So that means floor A must be the top floor, huh? I mean, we took an elevator down to get here. Yeah, seems like it. Keep going. There's more in there. This looks like key cards. They've got moons on them. That means there must be the moon keys the announcer was talking about. There's 2 of them, just like with the sun key. You take one, Tenmyoji. Huh? Why? You're a solo. Clover and I only need one. Alright. Thanks. Okay, got a couple more things. What's this? Looks like a memory card. I feel like I've seen something like that before. But where? I wonder what's on it. Well, unless we can find something to stick it into, we won't be finding out anytime soon. Well, we can figure that out later. For now, we'll just take it with us. All we've got left is the key. Is that the key to the exit? What else would it be? We should be able to get that open now. Come on, there's no time to waste. Let's move. The lock for the door. It says lock. Let's go. Okay. Right. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. You found it. Is this another warehouse?
Looks just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, I can see.
Well, shoot. We couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh! How much do you think that thing weighs?
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
They were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right, got it.
Let's go!
return to the Floor A warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who'd gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!